going on, Pats Nation? Welcome to another edition of the Ken's Pat Stop Patriots podcast here today, Thursday. Hey, first thing I want y'all to do, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you're sharing the content. Make sure you go up there and subscribe to the Ken's Pat Stop YouTube, man. I appreciate it. Got a special guest on today. He's an expiring sports analyst. Been knowing KJ for a while, so I'm going to bring him in. We're going to talk about some NFL, some NBA, some college football. What's going on with you, bro?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Good. What's new with you?
A lot. Like anybody that's known me over the past 7 seasons, it's gonna be a whole new set of content, a whole new set of different things. There's gonna be a lot going on. And I'm glad to be on here with you today.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, man. So you got some stuff in the works for the 2025 season.
A lot.
That's big, man. Let's go ahead and start out college football, man. Hey, you a Bama fan? I like Bama too. How you feeling about the boys this year?
Not gonna lie, the sky the limit. The only question mark we got is the quarterback, which I think will be Ty Simpson. You know me, I've been saying Ty Simpson for the last 2 years. Nothing against Jalen Milroe. I just felt like we reached our peak with Jalen. Because when you got a player like that, you want to do one thing. Of course, you want him to throw the ball, but you want him to use his athleticism and all that. And I just think with the Kalen DeBoer offense, is really for a passer. You saw Michael Penix, how good he was. He's not that athletic, but he can make a play or two here and there with his legs. But like I said, I just feel like we reached our peak with Jalen. Like I said, I think he's going to be a better pro than he was a college football player just because of the development he can get and the players that's going to be around him. But I think Ty Simpson is going to be the quarterback. And Ty Simpson can just be A.J. McCarron, Greg McElroy, Mac Jones. If he can do those things like those players, with the sky's the limit. The defense is gonna be good. The offensive line, the receiver room is good. So I like I said, I think the sky's the limit.
Where do you think we rank at right now in the SEC? I mean, we're just in college football. Everybody, you see the predictions. Nobody's picking Bama. We kind of like a dark horse right now. You got Texas with Archer Manning. Some people still talking about Ohio State. You never could forget Georgia. Not a lot of analysts or big time media people are talking about Alabama, and I kind of like that. How you feel about that?
I feel like they're not talking about Alabama because of what happened last year.
Mm-hmm.
If they really just look at it though, no excuses. We lost them couple games, but like I said, through the first, we beat Georgia and we wasn't ready for Vanderbilt. We wasn't ready for Oklahoma, and you can tell by players like Ron Williams and Caden Proctor. They are saying now like that everybody locked into the Kalen DeBoer system and how he run things. I went to the A-Day game. It wasn't an A-Day, but it was like a practice. But I went and it looked different. I went last year too. You can tell when he walked out, it was like, damn, we really don't have this many people at a game in Washington. We got all these people in the spring. It's the SEC. Like I said, I think he did good his first year. I just think it was a lot of people on the fence. Okay, is the Kalen DeBoer system going to work? Is it going to work out? How am I going to do this? And I just think we was at different points in time, we was uncoachable. Like we wasn't locked in on what's going on. And you can tell by everybody comments, especially your best players saying that now everybody locked in because the transfer portal, we didn't have no players going to transfer portal. And that's hard to do in the NIL era. Like you got players like Austin Mack, you got receivers that might not get a lot of playing time that stayed.
Do you feel Ryan Williams can be in the Heisman conversation? I think he can. He went off last year, even when not with the best quarterback play for Milroe last year. I mean, Milroe missed on a lot of plays. I think he's the next great Bama receiver. But he can't. We got to wait 2 more years before he come out for the NFL. You think he could be in the finalists for the Heisman this year?
I definitely think he'll be up there. I definitely do. The skill set is there. Like I said, last year you had him as a freshman. He was doing what he was doing. Of course, he had a little drop off. But it's another year in the system. You got Ryan Grubb now, who's perfected the Kalen DeBoer system. You have a quarterback now. Whoever the quarterback is going to be, I think it's going to be Ty Simpson. But either one of those guys, they put out they're ready to throw the football. And I think Ryan Williams, the talent, people are saying that he ain't going to be as good as he was last year. He might not be better. I think he'll be a better football player this year.
I believe that too. Moving on to the NBA, the finals. It really, I think from a views and from a big market standpoint, it wasn't the greatest with OKC and Indiana. How do you feel about the finals, man? Were you surprised by the outcome? And like overall, as a fan, did you like seeing that, or were you kind of upset that I know you're a Laker fan or whatnot, but some of the big time teams wasn't in it?
I'm cool with it. I'm cool with because they'll tell people People are running around and tell you that, oh, it's only the Warriors, it's only the Lakers, it's only this. But then when you get what you've been saying, you want parity, you want other teams to make it and not the same team. Like LeBron was making it so many times and the Warriors were making it so many times. And when you finally get that, people mad about that, saying people not gonna watch it. I mean, you in every sport you have people. If Shohei Ohtani is in a World Series, more people gonna watch it. Of course, you got names of people. If Tom Brady was in the Super Bowl, more people is going to watch it. You have NBA fans, do you have fans of players and certain teams and all that? But I felt great about it. And it was a great finals. I said, my prediction, I said the Thunder should win in 5. And if they don't, the Pacers going to win in 7. If Tyrese Halliburton was on that court, I feel like they would have won in 7. They didn't. It's cool. But I like the fact you got the young stars. You got an MVP who's not completely young, but he's young. He's the next tier of superstars that's coming up. You got Jalen Williams, a young player, Chet Holmgren. You had Tyrese Halliburton. You had, Nembhard. People got to see teams actually, build and end up, trade for Tyrese Halliburton. You trade for Shea Gilders, and the Thunder built the rest of the team basically. So instead of the acquisition of Isaiah Hartenstein, but that's a real team, and people gotta like that. And if they don't, LeBron James ain't gonna be here much longer. Steph Curry not, Kevin Durant not. So you gotta get tuned in with other players.
Every time a young team or just a team in general win the NBA championship, the big media has the next day got to say, are they the next dynasty? Do you think OKC can be that? I mean, I think they said that with Denver a couple years ago, but then Denver came back the following year. They were kind of hurt, and they got bounced by Minnesota. I think in the second round. No, second round. They got bounced from Minnesota. Do you think OKC can be that next dynasty? I think they can because they young. Denver won't that young. They had Jokic and they had Murray. They were kind of. They still playing good at a high level, but they kind of up there. I think OKC can be that next team.
I think they can, but when it comes to
they built through the draft, they
have the players, they have the core. They just locked in their core for until 2030, something like that, with Shea, Jalen, and Chet. I think they can, but it's hard because you got an 82 game season. Chet was hurt before. He was hurt during the season. This past season too. Jalen Williams had the wrist injury. Shea Gilders, you don't know. They win so many games, and the health is the biggest thing. There's a lot of luck that go into it. But as far as them being on the court together, of course, but the Rockets gonna be it's gonna be 10. I think Anthony Edwards gonna figure it out at some point. You still got Giannis.
If Dallas get healthy, it probably probably next year for Dallas. Probably not this year, but then they stat.
Yeah, so it's hard to mimic what the Warriors did. The Warriors was that good, and they didn't have a lot of injuries. Kevin Durant had an injury, but other than that, the big three, they have injuries until Klay Thompson. So it's hard, but I do think they had a foundation because they still got draft picks. They still got draft picks for the next whatever years, first round picks, all those things, and they doing good with their player development.
Speaking of the teams, about your Lakers, how you feel about your Lakers? Not a lot of offseason moves, but they made a couple moves or whatnot. And I guess you can call that a splashy move. This is third team or whatnot. How you feel about the Lakers moves so far?
To me personally,
and LeBron's future too.
Yeah, I keep telling people if Luka is back, I think Luka's an amazing player. What he look like, it don't matter what he look like. But if Luka is dedicated as far as like I said, I'm not here to call him whatever with his body, because he's scoring 40 with whatever body he having. But if he's dedicated to what he need to do and playing defense, that's the first part. I don't care who we get. If Luka is not locked in, he's not playing defense, improving on that. And I'm not saying he's gonna be a great defender, but the effort is not there. He'll stand there and act like he's taking a charge, watch the dude run right by him. It's not gonna work because you got LeBron on the team. LeBron is allowed to not play some defense sometimes because he's 40. You know what I'm saying? And if you got two of y'all that you miss a shot, you yelling at the ref, there's two people not getting back. That's a problem. And y'all the leaders of the team. And as long as Luka is locked in, I think we have a good chance. Now with LeBron James, of course you got all these things going around. We don't know. Every year something with LeBron, whether his team put it out or somebody else put it out. But I think it's his last year with the Lakers for sure. Now
with the Lakers,
it might be his last year as a basketball player in the NBA, but I feel like it's his last year with the Lakers. If the reports we're hearing are true, and he might get traded in the middle of the season. If the Lakers start off bad, he's going to ask for that trade because he's not playing for anything less than a championship. I know he said the ring culture. He spoke about that. but he only playing to get a ring. That's it.
How do you feel about some of the biggest moves in NBA free agency? I mean, Durant went to the Rockets. Dame Lillard just went back to Portland, a shocker. Bradley Beal went to the Clippers.
Yeah.
It's a big time. I like what the Orlando Magic did very quiet. I mean, not no stars, but they got a nice group. How you feel about the NBA moves so far?
I love what the Magic did. Actually,
Yeah,
I really do. I think
Desmond Bain.
that's a defensive big team. Now, offensive wise, they're gonna have to figure it out because they move is so slow. It's a slow paced offense. They can't run up and down the court. You saw that last year. And Desmond Bain can get the ball and run up the court, but I think defensive wise they'll be all right because Jalen Suggs, amazing defender. You got some big bodies down there. I think they'll be good in that aspect. Paulo Banchero got to be better than he was last year.
Mm-hmm.
Wagner as well. And they got to stay healthy. But I think they did something very good getting Desmond Bain. And the Clippers, my thing with the Clippers is they're the Clippers. I mean, until they show me otherwise, they are the Clippers. It didn't work with Paul George. It hasn't worked with James Harden. It hasn't worked with anybody. And Bradley Beal didn't play good last year. Now, he might have been out of position. He might have not felt comfortable over there. It is what it is. I think that's a good pick over them, but I don't know how far it's going to take them. Now, John Collins been over there. It's a good thing. That starting five is going to be good. And then Dame. If you told me Dame, what team would he go to, I'd say Miami. I'd say another team. I would have never said the Portland Trailblazers. But when you look at it, all the offers he was getting from other teams that was championship contenders was like mid-level, because he getting paid by the Bucks anyway. So we're not going to give you all the money. You coming off Achilles injury, you're 35 years old. The whole year this year, you not playing. We got to wait until next season to see you. So his kids in Portland, they said, and all that. So I guess he didn't want to take the mid-level exception for other teams. He just wanted to go back home. But I feel like if one of these championship contender teams would have gave him a better deal, he would have definitely been somewhere else.
How you feel about the Philadelphia 76ers going into the 2026 season? Well, yeah, 25-26 season. They're a bank. Embiid going to stay hurt. Paul George, I think he just had another surgery.
Yep.
I like the draft pick. I forgot who they draft.
VJ from
yeah. I like that, but can they find? And I think this could be the year they could put it together because Halliburton hurt Indiana, Boston banged up, Milwaukee is just Giannis there. I think if they could finally get healthy, they could do something.
I think this year might, like I said with LeBron, this might be the last year with Joel Embiid with the 76ers because you haven't even made the conference finals yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Paul George, what he did last year was a year to cancel for him. He don't even want to look back at that year, the way he played. And I know he was injured too. But I'm thinking they move past those two and go towards Tyrese Maxey, McCain, the young players. Now they got some young small guards. Now as far as wing players and all that, they got to figure that out. But I think if they are healthy, and people keep telling you how big Joel Embiid is, I don't know if it get better because he is 7 foot tall. He does do the AD where he fall and he hit the ground a lot. Whether it's his back, his knee, his ankle, he get hit in the face. Something always happens. So, and with Paul George too, I think Paul George could be better, but I just don't know. Like, I just think this year right here, if they don't make it to the conference finals, at least I think Joel Embiid going to.
I agree. Let's move on to the NFL before we get you out of here for the night. The NFL biggest story. What's your biggest offseason storyline so far? It's a bunch of them. I mean, the NFL season, offseason is long. It ain't like the NBA.
Yeah.
NBA they be right back dribbling the basketball in a couple months.
Yeah.
NFL is long, man. What's your biggest storyline so far? Maybe it hasn't happened or it already had.
I think the Steelers are a big storyline with everything.
Steelers?
Yeah. Only because
they're signing TJ Watt today.
Only because I feel like people are making it big, but it's not big to me because I don't like that. The Ravens, getting Jair Alexander,
D-Hop. They had a good draft.
And I'm looking at the Ravens like the Ravens or the Bills. It's time. You know what I'm saying? It's time for one of y'all to make it to that promised land. At least make it there and try to do something. But it's a lot. It's a lot of storylines. But those two right there really get me because TJ Watt just signed. And that deal right there is insane. I'm thinking about what Michael Parsons is going to get now and all that. So we'll see.
I mean, the tour, the Dolphins. You a Bama fan. You a tour guy too. You like all the Bama quarterbacks, like kind of like I do. Well, I can't really root for the Dolphins because I'm a Patriot fan. They hit out the division AFC East. Is the Dolphins? You think they blowing it up? What do you think Miami's doing?
I don't know. I don't know. And
Because
it's hard.
talent's not, they got talent though. They got talent.
Yeah, they got talent. Like I said, you got Jalen Water, you got Tyreek Hill. I don't feel like Tyreek Hill is washed. I don't. I
No,
do feel like he had some injuries last year. Jalen Water has an injury here every year. At some point, he missed 2-3 weeks.
yeah,
Tua, you got to try to keep him healthy. And as far as the head coach, now people loved him the first couple years. People loved him the way he
Mike
acted.
McDaniel.
You know what I'm saying? The style and things like that. But it get the cold weather games, it get to trying to get to the playoffs and all this. It just never work out. Whether that's on Tua, whether that's on Daniels or whoever the case may be. They like one of those teams where they in the middle. They always in the
That
middle.
Ramsey lost Javon
Yeah,
Holland, lost Christian.
yeah. And defense is not something they do anyway. So
right.
I mean, I just feel like they're a middle of the pack team until they show it.
Who's your surprise team this year to make a big leap in the NFL, and your surprise team that was good last year that's going? I mean, just take a step back. I said on a previous show, I said my elite team. You probably ain't gonna like this. We're gonna get into your team a little bit. I think the Carolina Panthers gonna be pretty good this year. I think they are not 10, 11 wins, but probably like 8, 9 wins. I think the Detroit Lions gonna take a step back. They lost both their coordinators. They got Goff coming back. Is he the long-term answer? So I got Detroit Lions taking a step back, and I got the Panthers taking a step forward.
I agree with the Detroit Lions. That's definitely with the step back because we'll figure that out. But I do think that would be my guess. And then as far as teams, I think that would take a leap. The Panthers are one of them. I take that. People saying the Falcons too. I don't know. I mean, they got a good roster.
You hate Atlanta.
I mean, they got I gotta be honest. Like I know I be in Saints mode all the time, but they got a good roster. But it's the Falcons. Like I said, with the Clippers, it's the Clippers. So we're gonna find out. I'm not gonna lie, they was good, but I think they'll be better this year. The Washington Commanders. Like I really do think that they could make it to the Super Bowl. Just Jaden Daniels, it's the way he just got it. You know what I'm saying? And they got Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel can go out there and be that gadget player for them.
I get Terry McLaurin signed.
Yeah, they got to do that too. I think they will. But if all that come together, I feel like they can win the Super Bowl or actually get there.
How you feel about my Patriots?
Well,
how you feel about Drake May first?
I think Drake May is a good quarterback. Mm-hmm. Now, how good is he going to be? It's hard to tell because I think he got the talent, and I think y'all moving forward. The new head coach, Vrabel, y'all. I mean, he's done that. He did it before. He know the Patriots way. He know how to do things. You got the receiver Stephon Diggs. That's a weapon for him, and I just feel like y'all moving in the right direction. It's always like with the Patriots, they got that cornerback. They got that safety.
Gonzo.
They got that one offensive lineman. Ever since Tom Brady left, now that you got the quarterback, now everything can start flowing again, and you got the head coach. So I think y'all moving in the right direction. I'm gonna have to sit down and think about what y'all record gonna be, but I think y'all moving in the right direction.
Let's move on to your team, the Saints. Crazy offseason. Tyler Show probably gonna be your quarterback. You still got what's my boy from South Carolina?
Spencer Rattler.
You still got Rattler. A lot of changes.
Jake Hayner.
A lot of changes this offseason. You got Kellen Moore there. How you feeling about your Saints this year?
To be completely honest, I think we'll be battling right now as we speak. Just off what we got, I think we'll be battling for third or fourth in the NFC South. And I do think we might have an element of surprise for everybody, because Tyler Shook might come in. He's an older player. He's mature. And I think Kellen Moore wants a mature quarterback. I don't think he wants somebody that's, Patrick Mahomes, but he has that ability. If you watch his film, he got ability to get out and, make those throws. He can make any throw on the field. Chris Olave is a big year for him, a huge year.
He got to stay healthy. He has to stay healthy. Yes. I think y'all need one more wide receiver.
Yeah, I do too, and I think we didn't get that. But we'll see how the offense works. Alvin Kamara, I think Alvin Kamara. Offensive line is going to be better this year. I really do believe that. I think Cesar Ruiz is going to be in the right place. I think Trevor Penning, he's had a terrible couple of years, but I think he's going to be in his right position with us getting an offensive lineman in the first part of the draft in the first round. I think because he came from Texas, amazing. He looked good, but defensive wise, we aging. DeMario Davis,
Cam Jordan.
Tyrann Mathieu, like we aging, and it's hard to tell right now, but I do think right now we'll be third or fourth, trying to battle for that third or fourth spot. But I do think I'm gonna leave a little bit of room for the element of surprise because the NFC South is not just a great conference. So you can end up winning that conference all being bad.
We play y'all this year. I'm gonna have to get you on for that week, do like a collab show. I forgot the day. I think it's like middle of the season we play y'all. Super Bowl prediction. I got the Ravens. I'm not gonna pick that. I ain't gonna pick who gonna win. But I got Ravens versus the Eagles. What you got and why?
It's gonna be either the Bills or Ravens. I feel like it's just time for one of them.
It gotta be. Yeah, it gotta go at some point. Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be the Ravens if I had to choose. And then in the NFC, that's the tough part. I can see the Commanders. Philly, I can see that too, but it's hard to get back there. You don't know what injury.
Everything got to go perfect. You got to be healthy.
Everything got to go good. Yeah. So if I had to pick right now, I'd probably say the Commanders, just because I just can't see them making it back. Now if they do, they do. But right now I say Commanders.
So it could be a DMV Super Bowl, Baltimore and the Washington Commanders Super Bowl, man. Hey KJ, bro, appreciate it, man. Wish you the best of luck. Everything that you're doing this offseason. Let everybody know where they can find you at.
Y'all can find me on YouTube, Lsupkj300, Lsupkj300, Instagram, same thing, and then on TikTok, KJ300 __. And be on the lookout. Like I said, way more content I'm doing. Ken, you gonna see it's a lot of stuff going on. I'm in a new house. I'm still getting it decorated, all that good stuff. So we got a lot going on, high school football wise, college football, and NFL. It's gonna be a long season, man. I hope y'all come along for the ride, man.
Yes, sir. And roll tide.
Roll tide.
I appreciate it. Hey, y'all hit that like button. Make sure you share the content. Make sure you all subscribe to the Ken's Pat Start YouTube. Appreciate it, bro. We'll catch you up.
I appreciate you, man. All right.
Yes, sir.
Yes.